Peterbot is the best fighter in the world, but what he does is actually super simple. Today, I'm breaking down a 34 kill win that he had in the most recent solo cash cup. I'll be teaching you exactly how to replicate Peterbot's playstyle, so without wasting any more time, let's get straight into it. All right, we are here. Peterbot, his 34 kill solo game. This is going to be absolutely insane, and I know we're going to learn a ton. So right out the gate here, I'm curious to know if he goes for the mythic pump. I think this is definitely the right play here, not to land Crime City, but to land at this house. I don't know if this is going to be posted before or after the trio VOD review that I did, but spoiler, he also lands here in trios when he's contested, and I think this is definitely one of the best spots for him to go to if he wants to get the train consistently every time. Yes, he can land at the station. Yes, he can land in Crime City, but to avoid any grief, to avoid him not getting the mythic pump, I think that he's playing for this as much as he can. And again, it doesn't matter who you are. You're not going to win the fight, even if Peterbot has a pistol to begin with. So that's one of his 34 kills. And now I think he's going to set his eyes to get in the train as fast as he can. Looting up. And this gives him enough time to get loot, get mats, and get to the train. Or even kill this guy, Mr. Roblox Boy. He knows you're there. And wow, he's running. He does not want the smoke. He wants the train instead. And yeah, so we're seeing Peterbot go for the train every single time with mediocre loot. I'm curious if he opts. Yeah, he definitely wants the train, right? Surely he doesn't care about one kill here. But I guess not. Breaks the tree just to try to give himself no cover. And oh, this guy messes up a mantle. And now you're dead. So because of this guy, Mr. Roblox Boy, now Peterbot has no mythic pump. But I don't think that matters. So I think what he's going to end up doing here, and what he probably does every single game, is just going to chase down the mythic pump. I would not be surprised if he just runs towards brutal boxcars or tries to follow the train to pick up whoever goes to get the pump, because somebody's going to hop on it, and that's going to give him enough time to get to it, even though the train does go pretty quick. I'm going to fast forward here to the next kills. Padding straight to Lone Wolf. I know a lot of times we always see Peterbot have the best loot, but this is a time where we've seen him land somewhere extremely shambles. And for him to drop a 34 kill win with this loot to start is pretty crazy. Normally you see him go crazy, get a mythic pump right away, boom, jump in that box, kill the guy with the gray pump, boom, jump in this box, kill the other guy with the gray pump. But this time he actually has average loot. Like this guy, Ben, is probably his next victim. And Ben's got similar loot, but it is Peterbot. Peterbot gets the bat right away, throws down a scanner, and now he's got ESP through the walls. And this guy's just running at him. This guy's putting up a decent fight. Wow. This is what it looks like for Peterbot to not have mythic and gold guns. It's hard to finish fights fast. Not too difficult though. Picks up that guy, gets a pump. Now he's on his way. Does he get the vault here? Let's see. In a 34 kill win, he does decide to loot the vault here. Wow. He doesn't go for the vault. Oh, it's already low. Okay. Gets the loot. Pads away. He's still not super stacked, but still fighting. Wow. This guy crashed. Guy crash. Okay. All right. There's another kill. I do want to say, for those that are trying to emulate Peterbot and who want to be like Peterbot, the biggest thing that I'm understanding from a pro perspective that sets Peterbot apart in a lot of these fights against the best players, against this guy who's trying to bat somebody or bat Peterbot away, is his speed to double let it down. We'll go back and watch it. It's nothing crazy to explain here, but his speed to double let it down and flip the stair lets him do it. He does it so fast that I haven't seen another player do it. I think maybe Bolts is like the only other player I've seen do something this quick. Obviously, if you're very mechanical, it's not the hardest thing to do. But just watch it here. So he goes for a top shot here, and then instantly does his Peterbot classic. I feel like is what people should start calling this. Is just the instant double let it down, instantly stair flips before he even jumps into the box here. We're seeing it literally at this freeze frame. He has already edited the stair, and if this guy doesn't place this wall here, he gets the wall and pieces him up instantly. So again, this guy gets the wall, he has the control, and this guy makes a bad play. But this is what we're seeing here. Peterbot does this every time, and I know we're going to end up seeing this a ton more in this game. But waits from the edit, makes a bad peek, pumps the wall when it's weak, Does another stair flip with a super fast speed. Of course, this guy's like, doesn't really have an answer. And there you go again. Again, another stair edit. It's just what he does. And again, these mechanics aren't the hardest thing to have. Like, I know a lot of people that are watching this now have mechanics like this. You can double edit down, edit your stair as fast as possible. Maybe not to the exact same speed of Peterbot, but we're seeing his efficiency in editing a stair and doing this consistently is at the highest level, and it catches players off guard every single time. Even though it seems like it may not be the greatest play to instantly double edit, triple edit down, it definitely is if you're fast enough. Wow. This guy jumps in the box. Peterbot hits a max pump on a green with a green pump. So that is credit to Peterbot. That is some good aim. But we'll take that every day. Peterbot gets another free kill there. Kill number 5. We'll go ahead and skip ahead here and just keep going through these kills, breaking them down. That guy, obviously not much to say there. I do want to mention, though, outside of fighting and what we're going to watch here, him rotating this way, of course, he knew that, okay, I don't get the train. I'm going to come get my best loot possible at Lone Wolf Lair, because by the time I get there, the vault's not going to be opened. I mean, I'm not saying that's 100% guarantee every single time, but I think we should all be taking what Peterbot's doing as a pretty high chance or a guarantee. So he comes here, gets mediocre loot, doesn't get the train, no big deal. Comes get the vault, gets better loot, right? Anybody that's there, he'll fight. And then now he's in the position where he's pretty much center map, and he has a pad. So he's going to pad, dive around, kill that guy. Guy jumps in, next guy, kills him, goes back, pads again, finds the next fight, and here he is again in another fight here. And I would not be surprised if we see him do this over and over and over again until nobody is around him. Goes for some simple bat jump tech. Boxes the guy. And again, this is Peterbot with bad loot, man. He's hitting 30s. Maxes him there. And now he can just spray through if he wants. Yep. And just finish the fight because he knows he's weak. And that's it. All we saw there was really just the bat tech. That's a very easy thing to do, but just utilizing it perfectly. I think I've talked about this at the start of the season, but whenever a new season comes out or a new mobility is added, becoming a master of that item is so crucial, because you're able to do things like what Peterbot just did there, is just quickly bat up, grab a wall, go for a shot, whatever he wants to do. Doesn't get it, no big deal. Bats up again, jumps up a layer and a half or whatever, does it again, and eventually he'll get it done like he did there. Straight away back to the pad, into another fight. He's just going to rinse, repeat. I think at this point in the game, he understands that probably everyone around this area has been taken out, or people just don't want to rotate by that because they see him in the game. And so I would not be surprised at this point if he doesn't go back. But hey, at this, with what he's done here, he's already picked up 6 kills, which is more than what a ton of people get in the entire game. I think if, for me personally, if I'm playing solos opens and I get a top 5 with 6 kills, I'm pretty happy, man. That's not a horrible game, but Peterbot's got it by the second zone. He's got 6 kills already. Picks up a scanner from before, or I think he had one actually. Throws it down. Definitely likes to utilize the scanner, which I don't blame him. And I mean, the speed there. The speed, again, to double edit down cone. Nothing crazy, but he instantly edits his cone to protect himself, and then instantly edits again to grab the wall, knowing that the players are typically just going to do peanut butter peeks, right? The guy's best option here is to peanut butter him, but with Peterbot's speed, he predicts it. Obviously, the guy doesn't end up doing it, but just from this guy's perspective, this guy knows what he's about to go against. Like, this guy, he can feel the pressure from just this. Nothing happened in this fight so far. Everyone has been 200 HP, perfect, whatever. But just the pressure that he's been able to apply is going to make this guy play differently. And I think that is what separates Peterbot so much in these fights, is the pressure that he puts down. So he sees there's nothing in the box, simple, shoots the wall, puts a stair in, tries to grabbing the wall at the same time, doesn't get it. Free fire play, and he's playing very slow against this guy. Jumps down, instantly edits the cone for protection, just in case. And again, not much damage has been dealt, but Peterbot is going to keep playing slow, and this guy is eventually going to fall through and make a mistake here. Gets out again. Still has him scanned, which is huge. This is definitely not what you want to be. This guy does not consistently get walls in between, which is definitely gonna hurt him in the long run and definitely gets him killed there. Next kill here. Gosu ran away from the first fight and shoots Peterbot during the last fight. So I wonder what's gonna happen here. I wonder why Peterbot would want to key this guy. Gets him stuck in the piece. Because he's moving so fast. Again, this is what we're going to see a lot of these players do. Not that Gosu is the second best fighter in the world. I think if it's anybody maybe a little bit better. He would have pieced the wall and maybe stopped Peterbot a little bit. But just the speed, the pressure that Peterbot's able to put on these players just makes them do the worst plays possible, or they just don't think through because they can't. Everything's happening too fast, and he picks up a free kill there. That is a quick 2 kills for Peterbot. So now rotates into the Magic Moss's black market. Comes in here, grabs some extra loot because he can. Gets his splashes. Gets his mythic collateral. And I think something that is very interesting here is the path that he takes. This is definitely, if you're looking to drop as many kills as you can in whatever game mode you're playing, could be pubs, ranked, or a tournament like this. The path that he's taking makes a lot of sense. He's going from the train, which he's trying to get if he could. Then he's going straight to Lone Wolf, gets a vault. Gets extra loot there, gets some free kills. Okay, then he uses the pad to scout around him, gets more free kills. Okay, comes through here if he sees a shot. If he didn't, I would not be surprised if he just goes to the vault anyways, or the black market, because that typically attracts players, so he's going to go for that. And then now he gets all this loot while picking up kills along the way. And then with his knowledge of Magic Mosses from his last season where he landed at Flooded Frogs, he's able to just instantly find these players, pick up on these kills. And again, this guy is just setting a marker on himself saying, hey, I'm fighting the car. Come fight me. And Peterbot said, okay, I'm going to come fight you. Throws on a splash so he can use his pickaxe to swing through faster. And just gets right in. Just gets absolutely in. Finishes the fight fast. The wall was weak. He knew it was a 1 HP wall. With his gold pickaxe, he could swing right through. Using the momentum. Straight in the box. Max pump. Done. Uh-oh. And he got the pistol. Let's see what he picks here. The pistol or the collateral. If I was Peterbot, I think I would choose the collateral, but the pistol is also very, very good. I just think for solos, the collateral is definitely what you want. Maximize your pressure, and with Peterbot already having this much ammo, I don't think he cares what gun he uses. But again, kind of digging through Magic Mosses, trying to find those players. He knows where they're going to be at. He can kind of stiff them out. He goes back, check the vault. Of course, I think he's eventually going to see these guys' visuals. Now he understands the guys here. And he probably sees this guy in the distance. So he's going to pick this kill up. And continue fighting. Very smart for Peterbot. Before he goes down into the vault, he checks above him because there is a chance that he might not be inside. And I think he wants to guarantee the chance for him to get some kills here. So the faster he can get kills, it takes him having to check the top, he'll do it. And from Peterbot being in here before, he's already got these walls, so I don't think he's too worried. And at this point, unless this guy hits the porta potty, I don't think he can get out. And he is hunting this guy down. This guy is not going to live much longer. Oh, wow. Again, we're seeing the same thing. His efficiency in editing stairs is so high. I just want to go back for just a second to just replay that. I mean, even in replays, it happens so fast. It looks like he's playing with simple edit on. Right? He'll come through here. Instantly gets caught off guard. Okay. The guy has the advantage. Edits out the wall. Instantly flips the stair while having a good peek. Just puts this guy at such a disadvantage in his reaction. Edits the stair again. Goes for the shot. And now he can just bleed through if he wants. Yep. There it is. Cleans it up. Shoots his body. The disrespect is crazy. But you can't be running. You can't be hiding from Peterbot. You gotta let him kill you. Everyone knows the rules. Now he's gonna get the mythic chug jug. It's just over. It is just over for this lobby. Gold pump. Collateral. Mythic collateral. And the mythic chug jug. And he's gonna cap. That looks like he's gonna pick the minis up. Okay, yeah. I was about to say. I would not be surprised if he picks up the splashes there because it gives him that extra pickaxe swing, the faster swing, which is going to allow him to finish fights even faster. We're going to fast forward here. Let's see what he does here. All right, now into this next fight. Just runs upon a guy in the open. Very smart from Peterbot right there to kind of throw those stairs down and remember to put that second one down and to play on it so he cannot get boxed. No matter what this guy does, it's pretty much impossible, unless this guy is Bolts or Booga, to instantly box him. This guy's going to have to make a lot of plays. He's going to have to edit this wall or this peanut butter here and go out and slap a cone. But typically, these players aren't going to do that. So he's playing to the lobby strengths. And stops stare down, goes for an interesting play. Now he's 1 HP. Okay, that guy maxes him, but I don't think it matters. Balenciaga is not going to be able to do much, especially with this much HP on a Chug Jug. And I know we've seen this a ton. We'll probably end up seeing it in this fight. But Peterbot loves to bait heals. He loves to bait heals. Big pots, Chug Jugs, whatever it is. Anything that has a faster heal or a slower heal time than normal, he will bait so hard. Make you think that you've got him, and then you die. I mean, that is just insane. The speed to finish the fight. Gets the pump there, drops him down, predicts the drop. Pumps him, hits him a little weak. And then just the phase right through, him understanding the timing. Obviously, we don't know if this guy was holding the wall. We're assuming he was. But to just understand the timing of when to phase through the wall. Oh. Oh. All right. Oh my god. Okay. Don't worry. I got a Chug Jug. Again, baiting the heal. Letting this guy think that he has him. I'm sure Rezi's going to start to push up here and try to take a fight with one of these guys. But Peterbot knows this guy in the building here is the weakest, or at least the most shambles. Goes for a shot there on the head. This is interesting though. What does Peterbot do here when there's two players in a fight? Like, I just think he's just fighting whoever he sees. I mean, this guy. Like, oh my god. The pressure that he puts down again with the stairs that just create a ton of just awkward angles for the opponent, but also him constantly pumping these walls allows him to just put down that much more pressure and finish these fights even faster. That guy was the third party. This guy's now running. He wants the kill here. He's going to go for it. Crazy. And then, of course, yeah, we saw him have the option of the mythic pistol, but he chose the collateral, and we're definitely seeing it pay off. The amount of speed that it has to just spray through the walls and do that extra bit of damage here is crazy. Peterbot is weak once again. 100 HP on Peterbot. Still pushing over. This time he's actually building. Not going to risk it. He's going to hit this Chug. And this guy is, of course, is playing with Shambles loot. This is actually pretty solid, but, you know, fairly Shambles. He doesn't have any whites. Peterbot's just going to sit above him, maximize his heals. This guy can't really do anything. Instantly drops down, goes for the pump bait. That's a great start or great way to start a fight. Just drop down, cones down for control, pump, hold your pump out. Constantly hold your pump out if you can. And I think we see that a ton with Peterbot. Swings, pump out. Swings, pump out. Right? Guy edits the wall. Peterbot knows it's pumpable or one pumpable by a shotgun. So he pumps it. Wall, stair at the same time. Instantly hits the stair. Oh my god. Peterbot gets a little weak here. And the guy panics, runs right back into the old build. I don't know if he had many mats left. One thing to say there, we'll just go back and show it, is just his speed of just grabbing these two walls here. Him to just edit it, knowing the guy's going to run out, have the control, have the space to run backwards, quickly edit, box this guy just through one window. And it just allows him to finish this fight so much more confidently. Boom. Done. All right. 13 kills. All right. So, on to his next victim. Pumps the wall again for pressure. Grabs the wall. Grabs the stair. This guy's running at him, and it's a free kill. Now, what is he at? Mythic pump now? I believe he does. That is the mythic pump. Yes, it is. Okay. All right. So, all we saw there was, again, the same thing. He just uses the pumps for pressure. Pumps the wall, gets it weak. He's reading the player right away, because if you do that 9 times out of 10, you're going to be able to read the player. You're going to pump the wall, see him squirming around, see that he has no stair or cone in his box, and just understand those opportunities and take full advantage of them. And that's what Peterbot does here. Sees it, takes advantage of it. This guy collaterals him from a distance, fries him down to no shield. And my god. My god. Dude. Just absolutely clips that guy in the mid game for his 15th kill. That is insane. Same thing we saw earlier, just using the stairs, flipping them extremely fast is by far his biggest fighting strength. Not only, you know, his IQ is definitely high, but his speed to do that is just unlike anybody in this lobby. Sees the guy in the cone. Doesn't go for any piece. He goes for 0 piece here. Very interesting. Because he definitely could have stopped this guy. This guy is running. Wow. I mean, to be honest, seeing a guy in the cone when the cone is weak is just a tell sign that this guy is clearly not that smart. You can see him through the cone. Peterbot could see him through the cone. It doesn't get easier than that to read a player. This guy right here, he's seeing this guy. Let's just go back a second here. He's seeing this guy just use his ice hands just in the weirdest way. Let's just watch this guy. Let me skip through here. Like, this is what I mean when Peterbot's able to read these players. He's watching this guy just kick the air and say, I wonder who my next easiest victim would be. Maybe this guy who's kicking the air. Let me just go run in. And again, we can read this the same way, right? You see a player do that, just off of that alone, you know this guy is not the greatest. This is not some Booga level player that's going to be able to fight back, right? Then you roll up to the box, you see that the wall's weak and he's unaware of any type of visuals, right? Boom. Another key sign and reassurance that Peterbot knows he's going to win this fight with confidence. Then another factor is there's no cone. There's no stair in his box. There's no control this guy has. So Peterbot's either going to, 1, run right through the wall, or 2, grab the wall, put a stair in at the same time, flip the stair, and 1-pump this guy. There it is. Pieces him up, goes to the stair, uses a little crouch peek, finishes the fight. Boom. Doesn't have to think about it. That's just simple. He's just playing creative at that point. He just runs at the guy, picks the fight up. This guy, AFK in the box. Again, we talk about a lot about how Peterbot is super confident and how he always makes these plays with max confidence. But anybody can read that guy. Anybody can see yourself smacking at someone's wall, see them not turn around, and predict what you think this guy might do or how you think this guy might react in the fight. If you're fighting someone who's on a wall and he does not turn around at a fast speed, you know you can do whatever you want to the guy and you're going to win the fight. Here, this guy has some control. The reset on the floor is very, very fast. Gets the side piece. Sees the player stuck. Gets that cone control. And the window pump right there, man. That was beautiful. That could have been a lot more, of course, with the mythic pump. But that's something that a lot of players don't do, is just edit the window. You don't always have to have the perfect peak. You don't always have to have the best shot on the player's head to kill him, right? This scenario, if we watch it back, I'm not going to, but you know, it could have been a combination of, 1, that he just shot the guy's side. Like, he just barely hit him in the arm and it did 30 damage, right? Obviously didn't kill him. Or that maybe this player accidentally sprayed the wall and Peterbot's going for a window to get the wall weak, his own wall, which is going to allow him to pre-fire when the wall breaks. It's things like that that just open up the fight even more and give Peterbot that just edge on the fight, right? He's still just as weak, right? He's still 1 pump to anything, right? 69 white HP. This guy's like below 50. So they're still fighting on the same HP, right? Peterbot gets the wall, is patient with it. He understands that he's very weak. So he swings hard left here, avoids any risk, doesn't want to do a window, doesn't want to do anything but a peanut butter peek to give him the best shot possible. Again, this guy's also getting sprayed by Panzibuka, so a little unfortunate. But even in a scenario like that where Peterbot is at a health disadvantage or, you know, susceptible to a 1-pump, he takes it very slow and is very methodical with it. And now, heals up again, and I think we know who his next victim is going to be. It's going to be this guy that was spraying him. You're just calling yourself out if you're shooting while Peterbot's in your lobby. You cannot be doing this. I'm sure the person that gets second place is someone who's hiding. This guy runs straight through his builds and just, again, reading the player here. Again, these guys aren't pros. We understand that. But the confidence that we all expect Peterbot to have and that he has comes from these players making these plays. He's seeing them run back to his old builds, which this guy should have known that this is his old builds if he's, you know, any competent level player. So Peterbot just knows, oh, this guy, dude, the chance that this guy hits some crazy shot on me, or does some crazy piece control, or does any type of move to catch me off guard or kill me is extremely, extremely low. So he sees that, full confidence, jumps in, runs in, doesn't matter. This guy again, I think you can see him in the cone there, but regardless of it, just simple. He swung the pickaxe, pulled out his pump, shot his pump, put the wall for peace, and the guy just didn't piece much. But again, just looking at this alone, right? If you know Peterbot's in your lobby, you cannot be sitting in a 1x1. Even if you know, let's say it's a stacked 50 players alive right now, right? 50 players alive. No high-level player is going to just be sitting in a singular box. This is just not something that you do. At least they're going to be in where this guy is, multiple boxes worth of space, or even like this, right? Sitting on a ton of space. That's where you want to be. That's how you want to be positioning yourself. So he's just looking at that alone and be like, this guy's in a single 1x1. I'm gonna take my chances here. Here's a guy in decent position, right? I like turtles, not too bad. But again, just understanding what this guy's doing and where he is and the lobby he's in. I mean, not much you could say there. Not much you could say there. I think it's also worth mentioning that once Peterbot gets on a roll, or even once Peterbot gets this type of loot, he's virtually unstoppable. No matter what the player does, no matter if that guy turns into Booga in a snap of a finger, doesn't matter because of this loot that he has, because of the loadout he has. He can just win any fight he wants, no matter what surprising outcome happens. This guy's spraying in a bush. Go figure. I also want to mention, I think this is something that we can all apply to our own game, is that you can read this lobby very well. I mean, just if we go back and watch the last 5 kills that he's had, he killed a player that didn't turn around. He killed a player that was in a 1x1 in a cone. He killed a player that just stood there, the second to last kill he got. He killed a player that was spraying in a bush on white HP, right? Those guys are free kills, and he's reading this as this is likely the rest of the lobby, which, as we're seeing here, it's coming to be true. If you're killing people and they're doing this, the rest of the lobby can't be much better. And that's just typically how ELO works in this game. For those that have ever keyed your game 1 solo cash cup, you'll realize that. You'll run around, fight one player. This guy's not that great. You kill him, right? Fight the next player. This guy's also not that great. You might win the game with 20 kills or even a 10 kill win, because the players are typically way worse than if you got 5 kills, then died. Now you're going against people that have also gotten, between 1 to 5 kills and also died. So Peterbot understands the elo, and he understands the players that he's going against. Not even that he has the best loot, not even that he's the most confident. He reads the lobby and just understands where he is based off of the last few fights. If he's fighting 5 Boogas that just make him stall the fight so much, he might still be aggressive and he might still key them down. He might still win the fight. The odds are high, but he's definitely going to be a bit more hesitant as he goes into each more fight, right? So here we're seeing him. It's the complete opposite. He runs to this guy. This next guy he's going to fight isn't going to do anything, so he's going to do the same thing. Boom. Right? Oh my god. He misses out on a kill on that guy. And again, you can just see this guy's throwing a pad down. Doesn't matter. Dead. Right? This guy's running on white HP. Dead. These are all things that are just like, yeah, this lobby is exactly what I think it is. Not good. Here's a guy jumping on his back who has an auto shotgun at this point in the game. Peterbot's still weak, but doesn't matter because he understands the lobby. And all these things that we're seeing here are all predictable plays. This is not something that like is game-breaking piece control, game-breaking aim, any of that. He's just reading the lobby. I would bet his next victim is this XYZ Hazy guy. Anyone that shoots at Peterbot gets taken down. Oh, looks like he's going to go for the guy rotating in the open. Wow. That might be the first time in a long time that I've ever watched Peterbot miss an edit. That is crazy. At this point in the game, with this amount of players left, the server is not laggy, of course. But that's a rare miss from Peterbot. You should be ashamed. Number boy King William just a crazy pre-fire. Just smacks him. Mythic pump to the head. Dead. Insane. At this point, he's got 28 kills. Chug Jug anything you could ever want. Again, we're seeing here the options, right? A lot of people ask, what would you pick up? You know, a hollow or a AUG, right? What would you pick up, this or this? This is the best loadout. Peterbot is running is the best loadout. Clearly, Peterbot is choosing not to pick up the mythic pistol, not to pick up the mythic drum gun. He wants the mythic pump and the mythic collateral. Grabs the wall on that guy, gets that simple control, and pressures the guy out. Again, it just makes players uncomfortable. When they get this type of control, it just makes them uncomfortable. Sees a guy on edge here, and it's just, I think he's just going for as many kills as he can. Very, very good play from Peterbot right there. He jumps in the box and then instantly edits his cone. We'll go back and watch that one because that's actually a very good thing that we can all take away from this. Whenever you're jumping in the box, a lot of things you can do to get in the box. One, you can grab the wall. Okay, great. We all know that. Secondly, you can phase through the wall, which I think is what he's trying to do here. He's trying to time his swing, time his run through. He ends up getting through, right? This is the guy's wall behind him, right? He knows he has this control. So he goes for a shot, instantly edits his cone to protect himself, and then resets it and finishes the fight. And again, I think he went for a pump shot there, but even if he didn't go for a pump shot, probably the fastest and better way to kill this guy is just to spray through with the collateral. Grab the cone, spray through. Don't worry about 50-50ing a pump shot, because at the end of the day, if you're setting up the timing of 2 pumps in a box, that is a 50-50. Like, you're giving yourself that chance. But a collateral AR, your tracking can be so much more consistent. You can put down way more damage faster. Even if right there, he barely hit the guy. He had like 80 white HP left. So just spraying the AR allows him to finish the fight a ton faster. Rather than just, 50-50ing a pump shot, even though Peterbot would probably win that anyways. Here, I think him just choosing this fight, again, he knows this guy's up here. He can see him. But he's just trying to pick up as many kills as possible. And you kind of want to work your way towards the rest of the lobby. So he sees this guy, picks up this kill here, I'm sure, and then fights the guy above. I mean, gets the wall. I mean, I just want to watch this just briefly here. The fact that he got the wall, gets the stair, flips the stair before this guy even can get off the stair. I mean, at that speed, that is Peterbot's speed. He gets the stair, flips it. The guy has no idea where he's running, and he just luckily lands on top of the stair because of how fast Peterbot is. Crazy. Absolutely insane. I think we're seeing a lot of the same things. Even though he's read this lobby as fairly bad, or really bad, he knows he's going to win a lot of these fights, but he's still doing a lot of the very core mechanics that we all want to implement in our own games. He's pump, where he's pickaxe swinging, then holding his pump out, or just simply double editing, holding pump out. He's doing a ton of pump out, which is allowing him to just have the highest chance to hit the hardest shots. Goes for a stair edit again there. Absolutely insane. Collateral AR while you're running. Not a good look. Not a good look. On to the next. Jumps in the box. Almost gets pumped. Almost gets one pumped by a green pump. Doesn't matter though. Finishes the fight. Heals up. And yeah, I mean, he's going for max amount of kills, and he's about to get it. He's about to get it. He's got 32 with Gamer Rage left and Gamer Boy left. So I wonder who he chooses for his final 2 kill here. 2 kills. Gamer Boy. Box in the middle. Again, he reads this as the same thing. Sees there's no cone in the box. He's going to go for that right away. This guy gets the stair. Anyone that does this, even still, just having the stair placed late is still a sign of just incompetence in fighting. But regardless, Peterbot's setup is still great here. He has the cones. He has control. He sees the guy go up. Notice one thing here. He doesn't put the wall down until he knows the guy's going up, or until that he can be quick enough to catch him before he goes, which is exactly what we saw here. Because a lot of things, what a lot of people, oh my God. Because what a lot of people will do is, let's say they're fighting this guy right here in this box. They'll come out here, double edit, double edit, double edit, double edit down, right? Kind of block all these angles, even putting walls and piece below. And it makes the player just go straight up, or it just makes the player run out into a spot that you've already edited before, but he just runs out because, you're not predicting it anymore, right? Here, he grabs the piece. He lets the guy think that he can run off the top, because that's typically the right play that a lot of these people are going to make. And he grabs the wall late just to catch him off guard still. he predicts and reactions the wall up top. So the player thinks he can make the play, and it just feeds him an easier kill. And this is, again, these things set Peterbot apart from everybody else. Myself, personally, I probably would have gone on that wall, put the cones down, slapped the wall up top, and then the guy would have ran out the side wall or out the back because he would have seen the wall up top. And of course, you're not going to make the play if you know that the wall is there. But he lets the player feed into that. He sees, this player sees, there's no wall above me. I'm going to go out the top. Well, Peterbot is baiting that opportunity. You cannot win against this guy. He is baiting every possible opportunity he can. And even in the second to last kill, he's still pulling out everything. He's not just running in. He's not just out aiming. He's still out braining these players. Again, sees there's no control in the box. Keeps it simple. Knows where the windows are. Knows where he can get through. 130. Boxes him again. Runs through the window to catch him again. And that's it. Peterbot, 34 kills. Absolutely insane.